Now, the good news first, after a week of bad light and inclement weather, we finally had a full day's play in Southampton. The complete quota of 90 overs was bowled with Zach Crawley and Jos Buttler, sending Pakistan on a bit of a leather hunt. To discuss more about that, we have Ashwin Achal joining us from Bangalore. Good evening, Ashwin.
Nice to get a full day's play in.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a great innings from Zach Crawley. He's not done yet, but notching up your first Test 100, always a special feeling.
Yeah, what a knock. I think he's pretty much batted Pakistan out of the series. I mean, it's going to be nearly impossible for Pakistan to even save the match from here. And a large part of it is down to the exceptional innings from Zach Crawley, getting his first 100 in his 8th match and a huge 100. He's batting on 172.
Yes.
Who knows? I mean, he could even get a triple century if time permits, and there is a lot of time. So if he can bat on, he can go on forever. He looks absolutely superb at the crease. And he showed what Pakistan had been missing in this series. They needed someone to come and play a huge innings the way Zach Crawley has done today. They haven't got it, and they're paying the price. I think the series is over, Ayan. I don't see Pakistan winning from here. I don't even see them drawing the match from here. They're going to lose this series by all accounts, Pakistan.
And then props to Jos Buttler as well. What a turnaround it's been for him. I mean, goes to show what one good innings can do. He played that knock with Chris Vokes in the first Test, a match-winning innings, and now he's what would be his second Test 100. Brilliant batting from him as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That match-winning innings in the first Test, like we discussed earlier, saved his Test career. I mean, one innings, and now his confidence is back, and now you can see what sort of a batsman he really is. I mean, that's a little face when he smashed Yasir Shah out of the attack, when Yasir Shah was actually looking really threatening at that point in the second session, bowling all sorts of variations, catching the batsman on the crease, and then Jos Buttler just hammered him for 2 huge sixes and sort of turned the tide in England's favour again. That is the sort of batsman he is. When he attacks, it has a demoralizing effect on bowlers.
Correct. Yeah, speaking of dicey situation, Ashwin, they did lose a few wickets up front. They were 120 odd for 4. I would like to discuss briefly Joe Root's form with the bat. Now, since that double 100 against New Zealand last December, he scored 600 odd runs thus far. 500 odd runs. He's got 450s, but it's the conversion rate that will be perhaps a cause of concern for both Root and the English management, because he's got the starts, but has been unable to convert them into big scores. And considering just how dependent this English middle order is on someone like Joe Root, you think this is becoming a bit of a headache for England?
The good news is he's getting starts. He's not like he's completely out of form. The conversion has been a problem in recent matches. But there doesn't look to be too many problems with his batting. I know he's been getting the 40s and 50s, but it's not like he's completely out of touch. In between, he took a break also, and he came back. There were some rustiness there. But for a class player like Root, it's just a matter of time before he comes good. I wouldn't say it's too much of a concern for the England team.
Correct. Yeah, moving on from England to Pakistan, what could they have done differently? Because they had the day's play under their control and then just let the advantage slip.
Yeah, again, it's one of those things where when you have a team 4 down for 120 odd, you have to show some aggression. And by that, I mean, bowl the right lengths, the attacking lengths. Yasir Shah was the most threatening bowler today, but after he got hit by Jos Buttler, he wasn't quite the same. And also there was a tendency to bowl too full, which gave away quite a few easy runs to Crawley and Buttler. Azhar Ali, pretty reactive captaincy. Again, not too proactive. It didn't really push, to get a wicket. But I think we'll have to, in this situation, we can't blame the Pakistani bowlers or the fielders too much. I think it was just down to fantastic batting from Crawley and
Right.
Buttler.
Right, right. So let's see whether Pakistan is able to turn the tables on England when day two gets underway. Hopefully, the weather will remain bright and sunny throughout the course of this match. We've lost too much of game time already because of inclement weather and fading light. And of course, Zach Crawley, both batsmen are eyeing individual milestones. Once again, Crawley nearing his double hundred, Jos Buttler nearing 100 as well, and that will do a world of good to the confidence of both batsmen, especially Buttler, for reasons that have been discussed earlier as well.
What do you
That
make
will be
of
all.
the LBW decision given against Sibley? Ayan? That was an amazingly awesome decision by the umpire, given
Yeah.
that if Sibley had come down the wicket. I mean, this
Mhm.
is the new age, the modern way of umpiring. So
Yeah.
even though he was well down the track, the umpire was still confident enough to give him out, and it was reviewed, and he was dead right. It was hitting the
Yeah.
middle stump. I mean,
Yeah.
again, if you go back 10, 15 years, if a batsman comes down the wicket, there is no way that the umpire is giving that out
Yeah.
LBW. But now I guess with DRS to back them up,
Yeah.
they're taking their chances and going with their instincts. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, which is also encouraging to see because at the moment, given the circumstances, matches are going to have umpires from the host nation. So, and some of these guys don't really get to officiate international matches around the world. So, massive props to them for getting it right, and it's a huge morale booster when technology backs you up, especially when on instances like these where the batsman is coming down the track and umpires usually, historically speaking, have not given the decision in favor of the bowlers. So yeah, massive props to the umpire for that as well. All in all, a great day's play for all three stakeholders, bowlers, batsmen, and the officials. Let's hope for more of the same when day two gets underway. That will be all from our side. This is Ayan Acharya with Ashwin Achal signing off for Sportstar Live. Thank you so much for watching us.